So I just wanted some type of background while I was talking on here. What's the difference between a Savannha and a Sabertooth toy? Well, this is the difference. The Sabertooth toy has 5 types of wildcats. It's bred for size, for health, and for temperament. I got tired of people promising other people, oh, well, I'm going to give you a Savannha. All of them are big cats, which was a lie. It depended what F it had. If it was an F1 or an F2, yes, you might get quite a big cat. But you might get a cat with health problems. Because you can't take a little domestic and breed it to a giant tiger and expect to have no health problems, because it's kind of like giant disease is what will happen. The heart will be bigger or smaller and won't be able to pump the blood flow through that cat, because the genealogies, there's 52,000 genes that have to fall into place, and maybe it was a smaller cat and now the big heart gene fell in there, or the opposite, or kidneys or liver or whatever. So what I did was I bred 5 types of wild cats so I could slowly bring those genes up to a level where every single time a gene fell in there, it wouldn't be not fitting to the cat. It's like ordering gloves way too big or way too small for your hands. You're never going to wear them. So this is why I bred the 5 types of wildcat. And then once I bred that and I was happy and satisfied which wildcats were going to go into this and why, and which domestic cat was going to go into this and why, there had to be genealogy reasons of why I was putting a certain type of genealogy into my breed. So once I had done that, then after that, I had decided that I would get it genetically tested. And I went out and got it genetically tested, and they couldn't believe it. It passed with flying colors. They're like, this cat has no future anything kind of diseases. Nothing. This cat is stable. We've never seen a cat genealogy so stable, ever. They said, what kind of cat is this? And I said, well, this is my own creation. It's called a Sabertooth toy. And they said, oh God, when can we get one? I said, well, not, because I hadn't been breeding yet, not yet, but in the future you could. So I left them my name and my number, and yes, they do own one of my cats, yes. So that's why I bred the Sabertooth toy gene. Now the Sabertooth toy gene also goes into a Savannha, but it was a certain type of Savannha I wanted. It had to have the type of domestic that I wanted and the type of wild. So my Savannahs have 2 types of wild and 1 type of domestic, or 2 types of domestic. But I had to have at least 2 genes of the wild in there, or if not 3. So I had chosen the Bengal and the Savannha, and only from Russia, because those are the only pure breeds that I believe, Maine Coon background. And then, believe it or not, the Siamese cat here. The Siamese cat has a lot of good genealogy, but that was on my female side. And then on my male side, I also had the domestic. And if I told everybody the recipe, then they'd all be baking the same cookies that I'm baking. So I'm not telling everybody exactly what's in my cats. It's just that they're genetically sound, and I bred them for size. My kitten here that I sold that was 5 months old, I kept him back. He was 18 pounds when he left here, and he's continued to grow. They have had ultrasounds on him and everything just to make sure everything's going great and everything. And yeah, and his genealogy had been tested and superb. And then my female was about 15 pounds I had left here at the same age. So the females are smaller, of course, but not everybody wants a giant cat. And then temperament. If there's any kind of temperament issues, biting, scratching, deliberately being a cat attitude, it's not selected here to be breed. It won't be. My cats, actually, when I call them, my one girl stands up on her back feet like a little dog and wants a kiss. And then my other girl, she sits in between my lap and she actually just looks at me with all the love in her heart and wants me to kiss her every 5 seconds and hug her and kiss her. She is fully attentive of me. That's what I wanted. I wanted cats that were on board to be fully attentive and fully loving and be able to go take them and walk them like dogs. Be able to take them in the cart. Be able to have the intelligence of a dog. So that's what I bred them for. So hey everybody, it's up to you. You can either have a Savannha and hope that it's got the right genetics, or you can have a Sabertooth toy that absolutely is bred with the right genetics.